Welcome to the shooting show in this week's Rhino Poaching special. Byron's back in Africa, but this time he's hunting poachers. We've travelled to Africa to experience the rhino poaching crisis firsthand. This farm between Johannesburg and the Botswana border is home to the highest density of rhino in the world. Every night brings fresh danger from a poaching threat that has never been greater than it is today. Former Special Forces operator Les Brett has formed a unique anti-poaching initiative, establishing an academy to allow volunteers to train and deploy alongside a fully functional anti-poaching unit. They train in the daytime and patrol at night. It's dangerous work. We joined two new recruits practicing shooting procedures in high-pressure situations.
Only after you announce get down for the second time do you engage your target. Alright? So get down, bang, 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 bang.
Having taken turns shooting individually, the boys now practice shooting in tandem.
The whole thing started to boom in 2008. 2007, 11 rhinos were killed. 2008, it jumped to 78 rhinos and hasn't stopped from then. To date, this year, it's 655. If it carries on like it is, which it's going to be over 1,300 this year in a year alone, and the population cannot sustain this slaughter.
With the day's lesson over, it's time to head out for our first nightly patrol. It's almost full moon, which means the poaching menace is at its highest. Les tells us the last few nights have been quiet, and to combat the poaching monster we need arrests and intel. Tonight could be the night we see an infiltration, but there is no way to know. We settle in for a long night. After an hour's uneventful patrol, Les spots something suspicious through the night vision equipment.
One person. It's gone down to ground now.
The tango is challenged, but it turns out he's the camp's night guard picking up his ride home. We press on into the African night serenaded by jackals. Les explains danger can come as much from the rhino themselves as from armed criminals.
Seven rhinos, there's a seven going. What happens is, typical example, it's not the ones you see that kill you, it's the ones you don't see that kill you. rhinos behind us, but even over there. Okay, so another 3 here, another one over there, another 4 here. Got 7 over there. The one's not in our favour here.
Our patrol leads us to a rhino carcass, but that's where the trail goes cold. This one actually died of natural causes and the horn taken.
This rhino came down here. It died of natural causes. It came into water. There's a water trough over there. And it died here. Now see the horns cut off. Right. Cut off very, very smooth. Okay, straight off, okay. Okay, the rhino wasn't poached. It died. And they came and took the horn off, okay. You can't take a horn off that close because all the sinuses in there, you see here. All the sinuses in over here. If you remove a horn like that, the rhino dies. Okay, so the rhino was already dead, and they removed the horn.
With the night's patrol over and nothing to report from the roadblocks, we return to the vehicle and head back to camp. But we'll be doing it all again the next night. A new day dawns with no losses overnight. Les takes us out amongst the park's rhino. Even dehorning them doesn't diminish the constant threat against them, as Les tells us.
No, these rhinos are being dehorned, okay, but they've still got so much horn left, okay, which is still valuable, very valuable actually, okay. Now, you can't dehorn more than that because all the sinuses in there, so that's as far you can dehorn, okay. But still can be poached, it's still a poachable item, okay, which is a sad thing about them. But the problem is with these being dehorned, instead of coming shooting one rhino and buggering off, they shoot 3 or 4 because the horns are smaller. And so the base of the horn, okay, which is a bit more valuable, it's what they use for cancer cure, okay. So it holds higher value, all right. The whole fallacy of aphrodisiac, that's an old story now. Now it goes far beyond that. It goes into medicinal uses such as a thing called warm blood or hot blood, which is fevers, bringing fevers down, especially in kids. Longevity. Another big thing now on a fast-growing economy, especially in Vietnam, is the gift of rhino horn. It puts one in very high status to give a gift of rhino horn.
And can you tell people a little bit about what you do to tackle the problem?
We wear 2 hats. One is a training academy in anti-poaching, and the other one is actually fielding an active anti-poaching unit, which we are doing now on this property right now. 90%, 99% of this poaching is always done during nocturnal hours. Full moon being the best time, obviously because of the light. They don't use artificial light, they use natural light, being the moon. They sneak up in these animals. You see the animals are pretty relaxed, pretty easy to sneak up on. It's a pretty open area. Okay, in the full moon, as you saw last night, we're not even full yet. It's quite bright, okay. So to sneak up on a round like that, they're up 10 to 10, 15 meters away, and shoot it in the head, it's not difficult. Mm-hmm. It's not difficult at all. So our operations peak on a full moon.
Another night, another patrol under full moon. We head to a nearby location called Bull Camp, so named for the large number of bull rhino that reside there. The long nights take their toll on the team, but they have to remain alert. We have to be ready to use lethal force if necessary against desperate criminals, though this is a last resort and a dead poacher is of little use. Arrests and subsequent interrogation are what will provide the vital intel in this escalating war.
What we'll do is we'll take a straight line here, backtrack around, so the wind's in our favour with these animals here. That's what that's skittish. We'll come back around that thing.
A plan is hatched and the team heads out. We follow the same pattern as last night, walking and spying through the night vision unit. There's no unusual activity to report, but we get a surprise when we stumble across some rhino in a thicket. It's an anxious time as it's a rhino cow with a calf at foot, and she could be unpredictable.
I think the thickets for protection, okay, because you've got a young calf. Otherwise it'll be out grazing. Right, they eat more at night time. They graze more at night time. It's a bulk grazer. 40% more moisture in the grass. That's why they eat a lot at night. But because you've got a young calf, stick to the thickets for protection.
With some further trekking, we come across the team's worst nightmare, a pair of poached rhino. The Academy's NCO, Adonis Sanaris, has seen it all before, and he tells us how it happened.
Right, so here we have two square-lipped white rhinos that have been poached just over 2 months ago. We have the main road about 300 meters in front of us here. The poachers came in by vehicle, were dropped off. They've walked down the back fence here and hid in this grass just behind me. They must have been about 40 to 50 meters away when they took the shots. 2 rifles, we had a 375 and a 458. They shot the first one and second one 3 seconds later. That's why they've dropped so close. Usually the rhino would have run away, never had got so close. They've dropped right next to each other. If you look at the heads, you'll see that there's no clean sever. They've used pungas to chop off the horns. These rhinos were already dehorned, so they only got about 6 to 7 kilos between the two of them, and easy access in from the road, run away out back to the road, back in the vehicle and gone.
At the end of our patrol, we check in with a nearby roadblock. That's when things get serious. An unidentified 4x4 jumps the roadblock and the unit scrambles to give chase.
Jump in the car.
And what's just happened?
We've just got a vehicle that's jumped one of our roadblocks, so we've got a bit of a chase going on. We don't really know, it could be a farmer on his way home, but at the same time, when they don't stop, we always have to just follow up, make sure that they're not going anywhere near our fences where any of our rhinos could be. So we're just going to follow up on the guy. If he does stop on any of our fences, we will then take further measure.
The speeding vehicle escapes immediate arrest, but that doesn't mean the pursuit is over.
Now that he can't see us behind him anymore, if it is a poacher, he'll either stop and see where he can take a chance, or he'll carry on going all the way to the highway. Neville, come in, Neville. Alright, we've had a white Cerida Hilux, full-on black hunting kit on the back, okay, and a big black bull bar. He jumped us there at 25-26. I've chased him all the way to Pink House. He's past Pink House and gone now. I can't keep up with him anymore. Just look out for that vehicle, okay? Someone that was looking to drop off poachers, and now he has been identified, so he's going to head for the highway.
There was no sign of the intruders again, but as morning breaks, all the farm's rhino are thankfully still accounted for. It's some consolation for the anti-poaching unit, but many parks are less fortunate and suffer horrific slaughter almost on a nightly basis.
If you come across a poacher, what is the procedure?
All depends on circumstances, how we came across him. Is he armed? Has he committed the crime? Hasn't he committed a crime? Has he just jumped a fence? What is he doing? It all depends on circumstances. 90% you must understand, these guys don't want to be caught. Okay, they're well armed. Okay, they're carrying AK-47s. You have a shooter, the guy that does the shooting. Then you have 2 guys to protect him so he doesn't get caught. They're armed with automatic rifles, assault rifles. Okay, this team of poachers is a well-oiled, military, precise team. When it started in 2008, sort of everybody jumped on the bandwagon and everybody tried to poach rhinos. Okay, from cash and transport guys, normal criminals. Okay, but now it's down to professional team of poachers. That's what they do. They are rhino poachers. Mm-hmm. Let's say it takes about 72 hours for the horn from the field from here to be in the Far East.
Lots of rhino horns that have been cut off as years have gone by may very well go out for auction at some point in the near future. What do you think that's going to do to rhino poaching?
That is a tenfold question. No one knows, because there's never been that mass auction of rhino horn. There's never been an open trade in rhino horn, so no one knows. I don't think the problem will go away. I think there'll be a little less pressure on this poaching if there's free trade. And what they should do, I think, open the trade for a limited time and monitor and have a look. It's never been done before, so we can't say yeah or nay. You can always close it again. Okay, if it doesn't work, we can always close it. Open up for 5 years and see what happens.
Just finally, from where we are today, how do you see the state of rhino poaching in a decade?
What we need to do is curate areas that are safe. Areas like this here, where rhinos can be rhinos. Anybody can get involved in it, okay? So it takes a little bit of adventure spirit, okay? And a soul feeling for the well-being of these animals, okay? And the longevity of the species, Okay, so anybody can be involved. You don't have to sit on a couch home and watch TV and say, and give you 5 cents worth. Okay, get involved. Become a volunteer. Come out to Africa. Help us.
And what kind of things would they get involved in?
Exactly what we do now. Okay, they'll be teamed up with a professional anti-poaching team, and they'll be doing hands-on things, be monitoring rhinos at night time, monitoring aircraft movement, vehicle movement, all kind of things.
It's very exciting stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah. A lot better than sitting at home.
Exactly. Eating popcorn.
Leslie's Academy and others like them are trying to stem the deadly flow of animal contraband run by international organised crime syndicates. Rhino do die of natural causes, and therefore there is a high number of horns legitimately collected. Perhaps an international sale of legal rhino horn might be the answer to shutting down the black market and preventing much of the current slaughter. For now, it's down to a few good men who care for these unique and very vulnerable big game animals. History has proved hunters are the best conservationists. Frederick Courtney Selous helped set up the Selous National Park. Dennis Finch Hatton of Out of Africa fame established the Serengeti National Park with the help of the Prince of Wales and others. Theodore Roosevelt founded the Yellowstone National Park, and the list goes on. You can do your bit too. Visit Leslie's Academy and enrol in an anti-poaching course, or take part in Sporting Rifles Save the Rhino auction and bid for one of the fantastic sporting lots donated by fellow compassionate hunters who want to make a difference. Well, that's it for this week. Thanks for watching. We're out every Monday, 7:30 PM UK time. This is The Shooting Show.